Day 2 of joint practice, day 12 of training camp. It was a good day for the Miami Dolphins. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, day 12 of training camp, day 2 of joint practice. It was actually a pretty good day. We got the usual. I'm going to talk about Mike McDaniel's presser, get into some of the on-the-field stuff, and we're going to look at some video. And I got to shout out a few people that helped me with the video. But before we jump into all that and we get into all the good stuff, I do have to shout somebody out. And I've known this man for 4 years now. Never met him in person. I can call him my brother. Been friends with him for all 4 years. Constantly talk on the phone. Ask about his wife and kids. He asks about he's literally like a brother to me. That's TD Finn's talk. That man was at training camp for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He got hooked up from a friend. Got some tickets. Was at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp today, and live streamed the whole thing. I don't know how he didn't get caught, but got to give him the applause because his live stream today, I watched it, fantastic. So shout out to TD, busting his hump, traveling to Texas and traveling to the camp with Tampa. Shout out to TD. Also, he just broke 21,000 subs. Sky's the limit. Congratulations, man. But I had to give him a shout out because he killed it. Not like he doesn't kill it other days, but he absolutely killed it today with his live stream. And I had to make a point to come out and shout him out. He's my brother from another mother. So TD, love you, bud. Great show today. So we're going to jump into Mike McDaniel's presser. They ask him, do you have any plans for how much you'll play Tua and the starters in preseason? He goes, plans. I was very serious when I said that there's, I think it's important to go ahead to not get ahead of yourself. You talk about being deliberate and present day at practice. So every practice, I try not to get ahead of myself. I will say based off of the last couple of practices, I'm encouraged about the idea of not playing him. But again, that remains to be seen from what happens today. And again, that has nothing to do with the bottom line results offensively. It's more how prepared he is at practice. I just want to continue to play off what he's building on. All those things, there's certainly players that I feel pretty confident might not play. I'm pretty sure we can assume who those are, but I do not get ahead of myself. I did talk to the team this morning about it as far as they're concerned. Everybody's expected to be prepared to play, but there'll certainly be players that don't, which today will have a good impact on. Give you a little spoiler. Tua killed it today. So if you're going off of what Mike McDaniel just said now, Tua's probably not playing on Saturday because Tua did real good today, surprisingly, and I'm going to talk about that because it's a huge step in the right direction. They asked, what is your goal to get out of preseason? He says, this preseason to me, and this might blow your mind, I look at it preparing for the regular season. It's an extension of practice to a degree. There are elements of it that feel a little game-like, but you're really just trying to make sure you're your best self before the season begins. So whatever that takes to get there, I think that's something that's important for the head coach to ultimately decide, but to ultimately all of his resources and information there to show how to do that as it results to the preseason. Yeah, preseason gets you ready for the regular season. I think that's why he kind of made that joke at the beginning. With Tua Tagovailoa, they asked him, how do you balance the obvious injury risk versus the specific potential benefit? Which communication to your quarterback from a sideline in a stadium during a game event, there seems to be some potential benefits to that. He says exactly. So you're weighing that, and it's not an exact science. So that's why it's important to let the information progress before you make the ultimate bottom line decision. There is value in it, but every time you do have a red jersey on, you have the ability to get tackled. That's risk. There's a lot of risk in the game of football, but you also have to weigh that upon what's the best thing for regular season week 1. And it's constant battle that you have to take your time and make the best decision, hoping it is the right decision. it's a good back and forth with how much do you give your start, like Aaron Rodgers. I'm pretty sure doesn't play any preseason games. Patrick Mahomes might play like a seer. Like, it's a good yin and yang situation. It's also kind of like with the playoffs, right? Do you rest your starters, especially if you get the first round bye that last week, because then they're going to be 2 weeks cold? Like, what do you do? There's that whole thought process, and it's you know it's a good thought, and it's a hard one to make. They ask him about the offensive line and all that stuff. He says, I heard that. I have witnessed it. I know a standard which I've historically thought things should go. When you're playing good defensive players, it doesn't always go the way it should. Essentially, they're asking, how do you feel about the offensive line right now? Why I was concerned as everyone else before we got to this point in the offseason. There's some guys that are really they're being coached well, and they're passionate going about their business. They're trying to make footing in the league at their position. So it doesn't surprise me. I was pleased with it. But again, there are several plays that, man, if we had performed with our proper techniques, X, Y, or Z might have happened. It's not a good day by the center, and I'll get into that as well. They ask him, I want to ask you about the Williams transition to center. In your career, how many of you have you transitioned to center and all that stuff? He says, well, I do know the hurdles. You can boil it down to the simplest form. So you have to block these guys that are trying to murder your quarterback, and you have the ball between your legs, and you have to snap it. That is different. It's something that you don't half-heartedly pursue. It takes a particular type of person as well as athlete for you to take the shot, is what I've learned. It was obviously the first week when I knew that Connor Williams had the type of deposition that it would take. You have to be obsessed. You have to be confident but hard on yourself, and it is a process. It just worries me. It really worries me about the center position, but we'll get to that. Like I said, I know and then last thing I'll talk about, he says, I know that you're hoping cornerback Byron Jones comes back, but right now you have Howard as really the veteran in the leader room experience. Have you seen X really go about being a leader? He says, I never met X before I got this job. We've played him once or twice, but I didn't take me long to understand what he means for the rest of the players. There's something to be said about when you do something at an elite level, you get notoriety. Why you gotta use hard words, Mike? Make me read it from it. Then you continue to do it, and people don't really do that justice, where they don't have the opinion to show up and say, maybe I don't feel like being good today. So I think he possesses that. Yeah, he's a lead by example type guy. X, he's not going to come in there and rah you. But there wasn't, I'm going to go right into the on the field stuff. Again, they're not going to be wearing the orange jerseys, and the usual suspects are not in there, Byron Jones, all that stuff. I'm going to go right into the on the field stuff and team stuff. I think Trill Williams got an interception one-on-ones that I have a video to show you, but we're going to jump right into on the field stuff. And the first play was a high snap from Connor Williams to Tua. And it's from jump, right? There's some snapping problems, and you got a month from Saturday until the season starts. And if you're consistently seeing snapping problems from your center, you've really got to take that into consideration. Tua to Hill and really tight coverage between Logan Ryan and Mike Edwards. Hill one-handed catching. I heard it was a ridiculous catch from Tyreek Hill. I might have the video from that. To a nice deep throw to Tyreek Hill. Then a false start negates a touchdown pass to Gesicki. You're going to hear a lot of good from Gesicki today. He seems to have come into it. Keon Crossan with another pass breakup, almost pick. Keon Crossan had a very good day today as well. Tua to Hill on the screen, who took it the whole way for a touchdown. It was the first 11-11 drive. Tua leads the team to a touchdown. I do have the video of that screen. And Armstead, all day today, Armstead was out there, which is very good to see. Tua hits Gesicki in the end zone on a hook route, but unfortunately, Gesicki drops it. So, his first two chances, it was called back on a false start, and then he unfortunately drops it. Skylar to Connor for a touchdown down the sideline, and then Skylar Thompson finds Sherfield for a 10-yard touchdown on a rollout. These are all red zone plays. Skylar misfire to Sony Michel. No Teddy Bridgewater today. They didn't really talk about it, but there's no Teddy Bridgewater today, which I found interesting. Javon Holland with an interception, 7-on-7s in the red zone. This defense makes me happy. Robert Jones, nice block to get Ahmed clear on the run. Very nice to hear that. Skylar Thompson forced to scramble after Ahmed couldn't hold his block and the linebacker came in. Not much run game from both sides, which is good to hear. It's not good to hear on our side because obviously, we want to have a good run game, but it's good to hear from the other side. I like not our defense shutting down the run and forcing them to become one-dimensional. Bad snap ball into the ground, play dead. Tua claps his hand in frustration. Second bad snap. High snap to Tua. Third bad snap. Has to jump up to get it, and he completes it to Gesicki for a nice gain. 3 bad snaps. I don't understand why they're not addressing it. Tua gets Bucks on hard count. Gets him to jump offside. Then he rips one to Gesicki between 3 defenders for a touchdown. End around to Hill. Unfortunately gets stuffed. Tua to Craycraft for a touchdown in the red zone. Scarlett nearly intercepts Kyle Trask. Then Tua goes through his reads. He goes through from the front side over to the back side. Then he finds Gesicki in the back of the end zone. Given him time, he went through his reads. Absolutely loved hearing that. Skylar to Eric Izukoma for a quick touchdown in the red zone. Then Jalen Phillips puts a hit on Giovanni Bernard. Then Baker does the same thing the very next play. Howard runs the route for the wide receiver. Then he breaks it up. It's a good day by the Dolphins today. Chase Edmonds, nice move to get separation and a touchdown over the middle. Skylar, 2 more touchdowns to Eric Izukoma and Connor in the red zone drills. Nice left side run for Chase Edmonds, and it was blocked by Teron Armstead and Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki had a very nice block to help get Edmonds to the outside. It's not going to be the first time or the last time you're going to hear me say that. Roberts shoots downhill to make a nice run, stop on the run play. And then there was a fight in the end zone between Landon Roberts and Bucks player Godicki. I think that's how you say his name. So it's like the first legit fight of this joint practice. And Durham Smythe running a better routes, which is good to hear. Tua throws a pass to Ingold, who gets hit by Hicks, even though he's wearing the red jersey. So they get a flag on the play, but come on, guy. Tua behind moving pocket throws. So essentially, pocket moving to his, I think he was rolling out to his left, pocket moving with him, defender in his face. I have to do it right. He's lefty. Throws the ball sidearm under the arm of the defender and makes the play to Ingold. It was from what I'm hearing, a ridiculous play. Giovanni Bernard, give you some Bucks things. Nice play, a 30-yard run. Armstead completely pancaking Logan Hall. I love hearing Armstead is playing so much today. So Tua throws a pass to Waddle, who jumps up, grabs it, touchdown on the play, and Gesicki was blocking on that play to give Tua time in the pocket. It makes me happy. Get this guy to be a well-rounded tight end. He's going to be top 2 in the NFL. Tua finds Waddle, who pulls down another a touchdown. That is 5 touchdowns for Tua today. Skylar sliding from the pressure to find Connor. Again, no Teddy today yet. Bucks running the ball a lot with a good amount of success. So during the beginning of the joint practice was kind of a standstill, and then all of a sudden Tampa's getting their run game going. Keon Smith allowing pressure to force Skylar sack. Holding on the O-line where Skylar is forced to scramble. Then Skylar Thompson almost throws a pick, but Eric Izukoma plays corner and knocks the ball out of the corner's hands. Huge difference from yesterday with the offense. 6 touchdowns in team drills today versus yesterday where it was very dink and dunky. Today, a lot of good plays. Teron Armstead practiced all day. Crossing with a nice pass breakup, and he pounds the ground. Had a very good day. And then Noah, nice pass breakup in the end zone. Noah did not have a good day. Noah did not have a good joint practice at all. And then they did a 2-minute offense. Tua to Waddle for 12 yards and Tua to Kraft for 5. They call a timeout. And then there's a false start. Tua then hits Cedric Wilson for 20. Then 1st and goal, sack by the linebacker, free. No one even tried to block him. Then Tua tries to, get the defense, tries to force in a pass, nothing. And that's how it ends on an almost interception. And that was camp. That was camp today. Again, the high snaps by Connor Williams worries me. Good day by the offense. Tua making plays, the receivers making plays, the defense making plays. Overall, I think the Dolphins, when I look at how they did in training camp and the joint practice, I'm very happy. I was expecting them to not have any success and be struggling because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a good defense. But the fact that they were able to move the ball, throw touchdowns, get in the open space, make plays, Tua was able to read the defense, get to the multiple layers of the defense. It's very promising, especially against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But that's on the play stuff. Real quick, Teron Armstead talking about he did a lot of work today. He said that Jackson and Hunt had very good joint practice these past 2 days. You haven't heard Austin Jackson or Robert Hunt getting beat. That's good. If you don't hear the offensive lineman, that's good. He says he's happy how they did. They have a champion caliber D-line over there. Like I'm saying, the fact that they performed the way they did, I'm very happy. We have a chance to be very dangerous in the run game. He says, I don't think I've ever played in a preseason game in a while. So he's probably, like I said, he's not going to be playing. And then Javon Holland, real quick, said that him and Baker are they're in charge of lining up the defense, making sure people are lined up. So he's the general back there, and then Baker's the general in the front seven. But that's what I got for you. We're going to be looking at some plays now from my man Bronin Jitsu. Hope I said your name right. We're going to be looking. He sent me a ton of plays. I appreciate you tremendously, my man. Look at this first one here. See what play this is. This is a defensive play. Get a little chippy. Get a little chippy. That was Giovanni Bernard. Get a little chippy. A little pass over the middle. I think that was the safety coming in on that hit. Get a little chippy. I like seeing it. Again, they do fight. There is a fight here. Then this is Tyreek throws. Tua throws to Tyreek. He's got a different angle here for us to see. Oh, what a dirty catch. Look at that. One-handed. Yeah. Just snatch that thing. They even said it. What a catch. Then we got this one here. I think this is, again, they're on the far side of the field, so it's hard for some of the people to see this. Yeah, Dolphins on offense. Tua. Nice play. See that again. I think that's Eric. Yeah. High snap. All right, this one is Skylar Thompson to Chase Edmonds from what it says. Oh, this is red zone drills. It looked like, if you could kind of see, they had two routes there. 1 and 2. And then, actually, yeah, and then here's Chase Edmonds. Yeah, see, there's defender back. There's 2 offensive players, and one cutting into the other. Chase Edmonds is able to get open in the red zone. Having these types of receiving running backs is huge, especially in the red zone. They're going to be so dangerous in the red zone. This Tua gets it to Tyreek Hill. So this one here, So the last one we got. What a play. I think this was the one I was talking about where he had Gesicki was in there blocking. Look at all the defenders here. Goes up, grabs it. What a play. What a play. I might have more. I know I have one from the Dolphins. This is Tyreek Hill here. I think in one-on-ones. It's just unfair. Like, that man is on our team. We don't have to face him. Look what he does to this corner. In, out. It's just unfair. Just completely unfair with that one. This is the one-handed grab from Tyreek Hill. This is another angle of it. If Hill doesn't snatch that, that's intercepted by 32. I think that's Wingfield. Antoine Wingfield. Just ridiculous catch. Absolutely ridiculous catch. Here you got Trill Williams with the interception on Trask, like I was telling you. And it's on one-on-ones. You rarely see these interceptions on one-on-ones. Comes up with that. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then this last one I'll show is from the Miami Dolphins. To Cedric Wilson. Back shoulder. Now, there's some news reporters that were there that we're going to listen to. I'm not going to show them because I don't want to get copyright claimed. So we'll listen to it, but I'm not going to show it. This is CBS. This is Josina Anderson reporting from the Dolphins.
Electric did they look in person?
Let me tell you, I remember when that pass from Tua to Tyreek Hill was on social media and people were talking about it because they said the ball was wobbling and all that other stuff. But when I came out here, and I don't cover the Dolphins often, but to see them in person, and even though I'm not saying there were 70-yard bombs and what have you, they were working the red zone drill. They were also working 30 yards out, 40 yards out, or what have you. But Tua, you could tell, was absolutely just excited to be able to have Tyreek Hill on one side, Jalen Waddle on the other. You could see the connection and having basically both of those wideouts and their ability to escape in the short area, and Tua taking advantage of that. So you can see that connection coming along. I asked Tyreek Hill about that because, he equated his connection already to Tua, to Dennis Rodman and Carmen Electra. Now, you're going to have to wait to hear about that answer in the interview that I had with them. Trust me, you don't want to miss it because it might even make the Hip Hop XXL, whatever those magazines are out there, because I think he's going to have us trending with that answer. So you got to wait for that. But that just goes to show you how excited he is comparing the assets he's working with here with the Dolphins and the plethora he already came from with Kansas City.
Electric.
Again, that's Josina Anderson, and she even said, I don't cover the Dolphins often. So a lot of people like to say, they're on the payroll. That's why they say what they say, all that stuff. They don't cover the Dolphins often. This one is from the NFL
The Dolphins
Network.
were really circling these joint practices because we all have talked this offseason about Tua and Tyreek Hill. How are they going to look together? They're playing a really good defense. So they were circling this. And if Thursday was any indication, they're going to go back home with good vibes about how them and the offense look. And two other things I want to focus on with Tua. Watching him come off the field, we saw what he did against the Bucs DBs today. I was impressed. He pulled off center Connor Williams, did snaps with him after practice. It's been an issue all camp. Williams has had some high snaps, some low snaps, and so they spent extra time working on those snap counts, something that you want to see from your quarterback as a leader. He also brought off Raheem Mostert, one of their running backs. He's having an impressive camp. They were working on some pass routes, some wheel routes on the side, showing that he can get the chemistry with a really fast receiver. And so after practice, Tyreek Hill was asked about Tua. What do you see in your quarterback? And Tyreek always has the jokes, right? Yeah. He says, I see a little bit more swag in Tua. I see a little bit more talking with Tua. And so Tyreek and Tua have different swag. That's one way to say it. So I asked Tyreek, what does Tua's swag look like? And he's like, when he comes off, and scores a touchdown on the field. He's like,
He's doing
that's what he does. And when I mess up assignment,
Is that swag?
That's what Tyreek says is swag. And he said when I mess up an assignment or I'm not open, he says 10. I need you, man. I need you. And so he said for him, that's seeing Tua's personality. That's seeing a new level of him, and he likes it. And honestly, I kind of like it too.
I'm happy. I'm happy. That was Cameron Wolf, just so you know. I'm happy. I'm happy hearing him do that. I'm happy hearing that when we see pictures of Gesicki working with Tua, when we see pictures of Connor Williams working with Tua, when we see it's Tua pulling people aside, Tua staying after practice, Tua saying to Tyreek, 10, I need you, man. Like, this is Tua's team now. And this is Tua's team. And I keep telling you guys that I'm going to make my assessment week 6, right? That doesn't mean I don't think he's good now. That doesn't mean my assessment up to this point is that he's horrible or anything, because I know some people took offense to that. What I'm saying is once week 6 comes, you'll know. That's it. This is the guy. You'll know once week 6 comes and you see him play those 6 games during the regular season, there's no more doubt. Can he do it? It's just preseason. It's just training camp. It's just OTAs. There's no more of that. You get 5-6 games to show this is the man. And that's what I said. 6 games. We'll know. We will know. But it was a good day. I'm happy. I love what I'm hearing from Josiah Anderson. I love what I'm hearing from Cameron Wolf. I love what I'm seeing on the film. I'm just happy. They did better than I thought they would against the Bucs, especially with the offensive line. Tua performed better against this Buccaneers defense. And for the people who don't like Tua, don't come at me and say it's just training camp. Because if he did bad, if he was throwing nothing but interceptions, I would equally be as worried. And you guys would equally be as throwing it in people's faces saying, see. So I don't want to hear it's just training camp. It was a joint practice. It was a good practice. Tua's taking the leadership role. Tua's doing his things. Now it needs to equate to the on the field during the regular season. Like I said, week 6. You'll see it. You'll see it. Give this kid 6 games, and you're going to see that 6 games collection. It's going to be nice. But that's what I got for you today. They have off tomorrow. Then Saturday I'll be live at 7:15 for the training camp. So tomorrow I'll make my preview. Well, kind of what you're looking for and who I expect to play and who I expect not to play. But on that, like usual, guys, stay classy. Fins up.